Welcome to our Dragon Shakti Breathwork instructional video. So I'm just going to begin today and just talk a little bit about Dragon Shakti Breathwork, and then I'll move into a demonstration and show you how we do it. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about is the two energies in our body which are extremely important to meet and flow. And one of these energies is the descending energy, and we refer to that as the dove or the swan. And it's the energy of the heart, of infinite love. It's that celestial high frequency energies that come from above and descend into our crown and our upper centers and move down into our heart. And the other one is the ascending energy. And we call this the dragon energy. It's that real primal energy that comes up from the womb of Gaia. And it enters our body through our lower feminine chakras and sexual centers. And this can also be interpreted as that serpent energy. So it's more of a sensual energy. And the dragon energy is our power. It's our life force energy, our inspiration, our creativity, and our sexuality. So in Dragon Shakti breathing, we're awakening the dragon energy so it can begin to rise and we can begin to ride the dragon. And we create this pure energy when we allow the dragon energy to rise up from the earth and then to meet with that dove energy in our heart. So it's that pure life force energy. It's awakening and activating. So Dragon Shakti breathing is a type of multi-dimensional breath work. It's transformational and it's extremely powerful. And so as you do this breath work, you'll journey into altered states of consciousness. And in doing so, it's just common that some strong emotions may arise. So it's really important to be respectful of the practice. Don't try and get up in the middle of it, to go for a walk or to go to the bathroom, because you will feel dizzy. And just being in that altered state of consciousness, you're not going to have the grounding that you're used to having. So it's always good to go to the bathroom before the practice. And also drink some water before the practice. I know for myself, I can get quite vocal in the practice, so my voice can get a bit raspy. So it's good to drink water beforehand as well. So as we begin to awaken our dragon, it's going to bring emotions to the surface. And the dragon energy is one of the most attacked and repressed and controlled energies in our world. And so as we awaken this energy within us, we'll often have to pass through blocked or stagnant energy within us, which is often our repressed feelings, our wounds, really, our core wounds. So we may feel resistant, we could feel shaky or scared as we move through these repressed feelings. And we may also feel afraid of just really diving in and surrendering to the Shakti. And this is where the magic is. Because on the other side of this is where we'll feel the ecstasy and the bliss and the sensuality and that raw energy of our life force energy. So the purpose of Dragon Shakti is to really open the body and the pathway to ecstasy and to awaken our life force energy and be in this beautiful orgasmic flow of life. And it's a powerful breathwork practice to reach this ecstasy and the bliss. But in doing so, as I said before, we sometimes need to journey through our pain and our repressed emotions along the way. So this practice is incredible for healing trauma, especially trauma in the lower chakras. So it can bring up repressed memories of trauma, though it's good to remember that we can recapitulate from a safe, embodied, and empowered place. So it's really important to remember. And we're birthing out the memory. So as it comes up, we're birthing it out. And we're releasing it so it can flow out on the rivers of renewal. So we can have the energy to birth our true creations. So we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths in, so one after the other. And it's a continual breath. So in a moment I'll demonstrate this, but I'll just run through it with you. So we're taking 3 deep breaths in, one after the other. So we're really filling our abdomen and our chest cavity with as much air into our lungs as possible. So we're filling ourselves with this energy. So your chest will expand and open, and your shoulders will slightly move back. So it will look like this. So the in-breath. So I'll just do that again. So, and I'll do it standing up and then lying down for you, but I'll just show you now. So it's like 3 continual breaths. So that's the in-breath, and then the exhale is a long So you're really allowing the air to exhale completely, so it's flowing to its very end. And it's important to allow your pelvis to move as well. So you'll find your pelvis will want to tilt forwards, and it's really important to engage the pelvis and to tuck it in the out breath. So breathing in is this opening. So really opening, so breathing in, and then breathing out is this coming in. So it kind of moves in a circular motion. So it's like that undulating serpentine movement. So just allow yourself to naturally just flow in this undulating movement. And, you know, it may take you a few minutes, but you'll very soon just sink into the flow of it. And it's really an orgasmic flow where you'll just feel yourself, you know, you'll feel that energy flowing through you. So I'm just going to demonstrate and just show you what it looks like standing up first. So I'm just going to demonstrate the movement for you standing up, just so you can see what it looks like. So it's and then if I go side on, it's so we're really like using that undulating movement. And you know, we know that our masculine crown connects with our feminine crown, and so our voice connects to our womb, our jaw connects to the pelvis, that whole area. So by vocalizing, we're really opening the gateways. So it's really good to vocalize and to get that movement of the pelvis going. It's really important to open up so we can really embody the breath work. So on the out breath, it's really good to vocalize and allow your voice to express itself. So you may want to breathe out with just a or you may even feel yourself wanting to go louder into more of like a roar, or you may even find it's like more of a sensual moan. It could just be like So you'll just find what's good for you, and you'll probably cycle through all of them. So you may even find, you know, primal screams or roars coming out of you. I know with myself, I many times come out with dragon screeches. So just follow your womb and hara with the breath work. And one of the most important pieces to remember in this practice is that there's no pauses in between the breaths. So this is really important. So no pauses between the inhalation and exhalation. And then no pauses either in between your 3 in-breaths. So it's all continual. And it's a flow, so you'll ride the flow of the dragon. So you can allow all of your out-breath to fully exhale, but then there's no pause from there and into the in-breath. So just remember, no pauses between the out-breath and the in-breath. So after that, after your out-breath, you're just immediately going to breathe in. And so if you pause or take rest, the breathing practice won't work. And it's really common to feel the tendency after a few minutes you're going to feel really deeply relaxed. So you just might want to luxuriate in that nice, relaxing feeling. Though if you do that, it's not going to work. So we really need to have no pauses between the in-breaths and the out-breaths. And if you keep doing this continually for 30 to 45 minutes, up to an hour, incredible energies will awaken and open within us. So if you pause between the inhale and the exhale, the practice won't work. So keep the cycle of breath continual. So no pauses in between, and just keep the process going and keep breathing. You may also experience different bodily sensations. So you may feel tingling in your fingers, in your hands and your arms, even throughout the lips, the face, the body. So you will also very likely feel dizzy because you're in this altered state of consciousness. So just know that you are safe and that there's nothing to be afraid of. This is a really normal part of the process, and it's normal in any breath work to feel the tingling and the dizziness. And if you do the breathing vigorously, you may feel a real heaviness in your limbs. And it can feel like a freezing or cramping feeling in the hands. So they might tend to claw a bit, your dragon claws. And if that's uncomfortable, then you can just slow the breathing down. So there's nothing dangerous about this. But if it's painful or it's distracting you from the process, then you can just slow your breathing down. But again, no pauses in between. And so the unusual body sensations are all a common part of the process, and there's no danger in it. So just really surrender and allow. So if you're breathing so you might want to slow it down if you're feeling that cramping. So it may just go to a so just no pauses in between. So just as long as you remember that to keep the flow, you're going to open magical doorways. So just a few important things to know. So in order to fully awaken your dragon, you need to surrender into it. So, with all breath work, most breath work is focused in the chest and the upper diaphragm. So in this practice, we're allowing the breath to take over our whole body and allow ourselves to surrender into the dragon and that flow of Shakti. So this practice really works to the depth that you can surrender into it. So if you keep the breath flowing, it's just going to take you on this incredible journey, and it will open magical doorways to connect with your dragon. So I'm just going to show you the practice lying down, because we're going to be lying down doing it. So we just get into a comfortable position lying down, and our knees are in the birthing position. So they're just up, and we start, and we'll be And you may even want to move your arms up. So you might want to be and then you may also want to get onto all fours. So there'll be times where you'll move around in the practice, and being on all fours is fine. Just remember to continually breathe. And so another really important factor in this practice is to breathe through the mouth. So we're not breathing through the nose. And most breath work is always through the nose. So they're focusing on those ascending energies, where we're really focusing more on the descending energies. So we're breathing through the mouth, and the mouth is connecting to our pelvic and womb area, our feminine chalice area. And so it's opening all the frontal channels. So we're really focusing on the frontal channels and the breath and the vocalization. So I look forward to hearing about your experiences with the journey, with the practice. So enjoy.